Good morning. It's great to see all of y'all. Appreciate y'all coming out and for the press conference. First of all, I want to congratulate Coach Napier for that big win on Saturday. I thought that was huge for our athletic program, and wish him the best as he continues to improve. We're really excited. We have a lot of newcomers for this year that we feel that are going to be a big part of us building and continuing to build the program. Starting on Thursday, we finally get to play another team. It's always kind of like that. As a program, you practice so much, and then you're kind of ready to see how it's going to work. Your system's going to work against LSU Shreveport comes in on Thursday, so it'll give us a good test on. I know they were 31-2 last year, so they got a pretty good program going on. So we're excited about that, and then to start the season on November 6th against Lamar, 6:30 Cajun Dome. I'm sorry, 5 o'clock Cajun Dome, doubleheader with the men, and right after that we get to go to my old nemesis is McNeese. Coached there for 5 years, and the plan was to open up their new arena, and we would be the first ones to play in it. The coach at McNeese played for me in high school and AAU, so it's kind of a unique thing that we're hoping it happens. I know they're being delayed a little bit on the arena, so we're kind of crossing our fingers that gets done. But we're excited about the season. I know a lot of y'all hear me say about the SEC schools. We really worked hard in trying to get that done, and we got Auburn, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and LSU on the schedule, with LSU coming home on playing us on the December 20th. So we'll have some good tests with these newcomers and seeing how well we can play before we get into conference. But excited about us getting the opportunity to play on Thursday. Any questions?
Just, I guess, going through your off season and then going through camp leading up to this exhibition game, what has stood out to you as maybe a possible strength for this team?
Believe it or not, and Kevin's going to like this, is the fact that, man, we can score. We got scorers probably 5, 6 deep that really can shoot the ball, and it's surprising. Something that we usually work on really hard outside of practice and all that, and we haven't had to because they're doing it themselves. These players are working extremely hard to improve their game. But I think we can shoot it. Not just from the three, but also with Ty Doucette on the inside, she finishes very well, and she looks really, really. This is the healthiest she's probably ever been in her career. So hopefully she can continue to stay healthy. But with Brandy Williams, freshman out of Barb, she's one of the only kids that we've never changed anything what she does on her shot, And surprisingly, she really does a pretty good job on the defensive side too. And Andrea Canoia scored 5,500 in her high school career, and that's a minute. I think that's what we talked about. It's like a minute, a point a minute. So she can score it, and then on down the line, we got and we have it in different ways. That's exciting because matchups are extremely important on the women's side, and I think we can kind of cause some matchup problems on the way we can score. So I think that's going to be one of our strengths, is going to be able to score the basketball.
What's the biggest thing that maybe gives you some concern going in that you need to see?
You're always concerned about rebounding, especially on the defensive side. I don't really concern myself on the offensive rebounding side because hopefully you shoot it pretty good and you don't have as many offensive rebounds. But our defensive rebound, I could see from the beginning in the summer that we were kind of struggling with it. We have kids that are guard-oriented and aren't aggressive to the ball on rebounds. And so we've really been trying to work on that. But I think it's going to take a process. It's going to take them to see that they're not rebounding, I think, for them to know how important it's going to really be. So that's a big concern of mine, is can we rebound as a team on the defensive side?
How important is it for the fan base to come out and see your girls play?
I think it's important. You hear some of the best coaches and best programs in the country, whether it's football, basketball, or baseball, and it's a lot of them win championships. And I've been blessed in my career to have championships at different levels, all the way from the biddy all the way into the college level, and it's not fun to have an empty arena, man. It's just not, And I think the thing that's different from me than maybe any other coach here is the fact I was a Cajun fan. I grew up as a 6-year-old Cajun fan, especially basketball fan with Burl Shipley, and I know how it feels, and I know how passionate we are. And so it's difficult for me to understand. You know, we improve the program and continue to improve the program. It would be great to have people out and watch us play. And I think that's the thing is like you don't really have to like basketball. If you like being a Ragin Cajun and you like supporting something that's really working hard, I think would be big for us, you know, is trying to get people out. You know, I've been in Blackham when they had 10,000 fans, you know, where I had to sit on the step. And, man, if that could ever come, you know, if we could ever get half of that on the women's side, it would be great, you know. It's why we do the education game and stuff. So, yeah, I think it's extremely important, you know. Now, we have to put the product out. We have to go out and we have to play hard and we got to win, you know. That's a lot on us too, you know, but that's the plan, you know, is to go out and really play hard and try to win the championship, especially the conference championship, so we can get fans.
Two-part question, Coach. Have you ever coached a team without any seniors, and what potential, challenges does it present to not have that on your club?
Yeah, we had in 2013, 14, we were young, you know, we didn't have any seniors. And I did in high school also, you know, I didn't have any seniors. And, you know, you lose some of that leadership, you know, but I think the great thing about it is our junior class is showing a lot of leadership. And so, you know, they've been with us this is going on their third year. So, and they've always been, as freshmen, the better leaders anyway. So I think we're not going to miss a beat when it comes to that. But, yeah, I mean, youth, you know, you're going to see a lot of inconsistency, but we're prepared for it, you know, as coaches. And hopefully we can kind of get them a little bit more consistent. The thing that I like is our returners understand our system and what we're trying to do here at UL, and they're going to help the younger ones. You know, the younger ones are extremely talented, but with the lack of experience, it makes it a little bit tougher. But yeah, it's always a concern, you know. And you going in from year to year, even losing one player sometimes can change a whole program around. But I feel good about the work ethic and, you know, some of the things that they're coming up with. You know, we talk a lot about one-word stuff, and every day before practice, there's somebody that has something to interject, and I haven't had that before. You know, they're interjecting the motivational part, not just the coaches, but the players. So that's fun and exciting.
I guess piggybacking off of that, you talked a lot last year about extra effort, the gym being open, maybe only one or two girls showing up. Do you feel like this group is different from that aspect? I know that you kind of have to see it before, but
Yeah.
Do you feel like this group?
Yeah. All you need to do is go back and look at the old media, how gray I was. And then now I don't know how my hair turned a little bit darker and stuff like that. So and I'm smiling a little bit more. So yeah, it is, you know. But, you know, it's like when you recruit, that's the hard thing is like you recruit talent, you see them play, and you're trying to figure out if they're going to really work hard. And you go to the high school coach, AAU coach, and you're trying to hopefully have a good enough relationship that you're getting those kind of kids. But last year, that was my thing is, you know, when you're shooting 20% from the three, I mean, I think one time we were 3 for 13, or 3 for 20 maybe from the three, and we're losing games by 4 and 6 points. And it was shooting percentage. It's not like, and you go back and look at the film, and it was wide open threes. It's a no-brainer. I mean, you don't even have to know how to coach. It's, hey, we got to get better at this. And you know, we tried to incorporate it in practice, but you can only do so much, you know, with the 20 hours you have. And so we didn't get that. But the difference is this year, so far during the summer, is, you know, the 2 hours that extra we got helped. But these kids are in the gym, you know, they're spending time. I loved on the weekends, I can walk in on a Sunday and hear the ball bounce, and then they're in there, 2 or 3 of them working on their shots and trying to get better, knowing how important it is. So I think you're going to see a little difference. You know, not only they're shooters, but they're workers too.
Coach, talk about from the outside looking in, you being more offensive coaching and your assistants doing more defensive coaching. How do you foresee how has that been so far, and how do you foresee it having an impact on the season?
I think it's like being an addict and you can't have that drug, you know. And I'm on the other side, so I kind of step back from the defensive side. But you know, Deacon has been with us even actually. He's been here 6 years and knows the system. Actually coached with my daughter for another 5 years, so he's been running the defensive system for about 12 years now. So he's very knowledgeable. And Amber has really taken notice. You know, when Amber was a senior at University of Texas, San Antonio, we played them in the finals of the conference tournament, and she led the conference in scoring at 25 points a game, and we held her to 2 points that game, and that was that same defense. And I think that's what she got really interested in and man, this stuff really works. What are y'all doing and all that? And she's really bought into it, you know. And her and Deacon are doing a really good job. So it kind of, you know, again, it's kind of how we coach. You know, we're the old football kind of coaches that, you know, we get everybody, an offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. For me, it's probably been the biggest change. They, you know, I mean, they're running their stuff and really going through their drills and really teaching it really well. And you know, Val Weezar was the head coach at LSU Shreveport and was at St. Mary's, and you know, they run that 4-out, and I love what she's doing with our team. You know, some of the things that I had trouble as a coach, she's able to correct it by her system. Her system's a little bit different than mine, so it's been really good.
Coach, well, you were talking earlier about the fact there's no seniors on this roster this year. Who's been the big leader kind of heading into this season throughout camp?
Well, you know, you look at Jasmine Thomas coming back, and she's a vocal leader. You know, I know she's not on the court as much, but you know, she's very smart. I consider her a coach on the floor, and she's been really, really good. And Kim Burton, you know, they both come from the same AAU program out of Shreveport, and you know, they've always won. So you know, those two kids extremely. And then we brought in a junior college kid out of Houston, Kendall Best, and she's a vocal leader. I mean, she's like a rah, 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 you know, like a football coach that gets out there and jumps up and down. And she, you know, I mean, even in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, you know, she's like that. She's wired that way. So those three kids are really, really stepped up in their leadership roles.
Coach, talk about your options at point guard.
Yes, we got 3 options that we're looking at right now. The 4th option is always going back to Skylar. But yeah, I think that's going to be some issues that we have. And the good thing about the 4-out that we're running, it doesn't take as much of a point guard as some of those sets that we usually run. So, you know, you got Andrea Canoia coming in, and, you know, she's a scorer, like a combo guard, and, you know, she'll see a lot of time. Diamond Morrison out of Austin, she's a combo guard too, and she's going to see actually running the offense. She's probably been doing, you know, probably the best at running the offense. And then Caroline Rivera, a junior college kid out of Las Vegas, has done really well too. So you know, those 3 look like they're going to run the, you know, majority of the offense. And I think the big thing for them is to try to slow down, play a little bit slower with the ball in their hands, and try to keep the turnovers down. But that's
Can you
kind of,
have that? Can you get that many minutes early on to them and really know what they can do long term?
yes, I think so. I mean, that's the plan, is to try to get them as many minutes. You know, we're probably about 10 deep right now. So, you know, and you're going to look at Skylar play anywhere from the 1 to the 4. That's why we're trying to keep her off the 1, you know, out of the point guard position. But I think they're going to find some time, you know, especially if we're going to try to play as fast as we want to play. You know, we've kind of backed off on the full court pressing a little bit and concentrate more on transition offense and trying to get up and down the floor a little bit quicker.